I think it's pretty safe to say that things have been pretty insane in the country over the past few days, and things are just continuing to get out of hand as more and more celebrities are coming forward in these total meltdowns online, talking about how these are basically the end times for America, that women's rights are completely abolished now, and all these ridiculous claims that they continue to make, which is ridiculous because clearly none of these celebrities actually understand what Roe v. Wade is actually about. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. What we're actually going to be focused on is Candace Owens has had enough of Amy Schumer and her nonsense and her continual idiotic claims and everything else. So we're going to be getting into all of that here tonight. Let's go ahead and jump right into it and see what Candace Owens has to say. And what she does here is absolutely annihilate Amy Schumer in the best way possible. So Candace Owens grills Amy Schumer for using slavery in abortion rant. Hyper-privileged liberals want black people to protest on their behalf. Candace Owens is very good at this. She sees a lot of the nonsense. She sees how leftists and wokesters continue to try to use black Americans as basically just a tool in order to get things that they want to achieve and everything else, and how they continue to use black Americans as part of their narrative time and time again, which they obviously don't speak for all black Americans, but they think that they do. Candace Owens is a great example of that. They don't speak for Candace Owens, and she is here to remind Amy Schumer what is actually going on here. So this is all absolutely fantastic. Candace Owens took to social media following the monumental Supreme Court decision and criticized hyper-privileged liberals who she says are encouraging black people to protest the decision. So
hello. Okay.
This is what Candace Owens had to say here. It's absolutely fantastic.
And I have just had enough out of Amy Schumer for a while now. I mean, if there's a picket sign anywhere, Amy Schumer picks it up. She just is like, I have to be outside screaming about something. My life is overprivileged and amazing, and I have to be upset. But I'm not going to allow this, because I'm going to speak up for black Americans. This woman got a
And this is what I love so much about what Candace Owens does compared to the left. The left likes to speak basically for black Americans and speak as if they are the voice for black Americans. Candace Owens doesn't do that. In fact, Candace Owens does the opposite of that. She basically just says things like, oh, well, you don't actually speak for black Americans. Black Americans can have their own opinions and their own voices and everything else. You don't speak for us. That's the big difference between how a leftist views black Americans versus how, you know, a lot of conservatives view black Americans and everything else. So what Candace Owens says here, and how she's like, I'm not going to allow Amy Schumer to push this ridiculous narrative, is awesome.
Megaphone today and decided to speak out about the Roe v. Wade overturning and had the audacity to correlate it to slavery. Okay, this is a Hollywood trope almost. The white, wealthy women in Hollywood love to basically say, I either get what I want or I'm going to correlate it to slavery. This is their thing, right? It's like, if I don't get what I want, I'm going to say that it's just like slavery, or else like it's wrong and I need to get what I want. Until you give it to me, I'm going to use black people. I'm going to use the pain of the past. I'm going to use racism. And I'm going to call something racist that has absolutely nothing to do with race until I get what I want. Amy Schumer did this today. She got on a platform and said that the reversal of Roe v. Wade in the Supreme Court is exactly what slaveholders would have wanted. Makes entirely no sense. Obviously, abortion did not exist, as a clinical service back when slaves were alive.
And of course, you know, that's absolutely correct. And we've seen so many celebrities coming out over the past day or so talking like this. It's been absolutely crazy. In fact, you know, our little friend here, let me see if I can find what he had to say here, because it is pretty crazy here. This is what Ron Perlman decided to tweet out. Okay, he said this: in a blistering 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court has voted to make slavery legal again. Oh wait, my watch seems to be running a few hours fast. Like, this is just insane how these people continue to talk, and this has nothing
Okay.
This has nothing to do with any of this. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it just goes to show that celebrities have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know what they're actually angry about with all of this. All they think is that one little thing goes that isn't going their way, suddenly happens, and suddenly they have to have a total meltdown. This is what elitists do. This is what Hollywood celebrities do. And then they get everyone else stirred up about it too, and more division just occurs because of this. And of course, they love division and everything else. So this is all just crazy. But anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. You can go watch the rest of Candace Owens' video on this if you want to. She just lays into Amy Schumer here, which is epic. And of course, she totally deserves it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.